everyone, welcome back to the official YouTube channel of RACE IAS. Today we shall be discussing about North Pole, and we will be discussing that why is the temperature increasing at the North Pole. The question arises, where is the North Pole on the globe? So the North Pole is located in the Arctic Ocean around 725 kilometers north of Greenland. So let's begin with the discussion. In the recent news, it was seen that on 2nd February 2025, the temperature of the North Pole was more than 20 degrees centigrade above the average that is being reported for the North Pole. It has crossed the threshold to melt the ice, and in the polar winter, that is, ranges from November to February. In this context, Mika Rantanen has rightly said, who is a scientist from Finnish Meteorological Institute, has rightly said, this was a very extreme warming event, probably not the most extreme, however, that has been observed, but it is at the upper edge of what has happened in the Arctic. Let's discuss about some things about the history and the significance of this area. If we talk about from the date from 1979 up to date, it has been reported that Arctic has warmed 4 times more than the average global temperature reported. This region, the significance of this region is that it acts as a refrigerator for the planet. That is, it keeps the things very cool on the earth. If the temperature is increasing for this region, the soaring of the temperature will lead to many severe consequences that will be reported. The first being the melting of glaciers, which in turn will increase the sea levels that have been on the earth's surface, as well as there will be disruption of the global weather patterns. So this will be a very, very severe consequence that will be as a result of this. If we discuss about the reasons, a few reasons will be that there will be sea surface temperature and the atmospheric pressure. What happens is that the air is always moving from higher pressure to lower pressure. So if we talk about the North Pole is a low pressure system. So the winds from the high pressure system, that is the low latitudes, will be moving towards the Arctic pole, that is the Arctic Ocean or the North Pole. So that one reason is underlying that why is the temperature increases, because from the low latitudes, the heat will be brought to this region. Apart from that, if we talk about the high sea surface temperature that is present here, we can see that the northeast Atlantic, which is intensifying the wind-driven warming. So these are the two major reasons that are causing the warm or the heating up of the Arctic Ocean. Now the question arises, why is Arctic warming faster? It has been reported that from the pre-industrial era up till now, the temperature has increased from 1.3 degrees centigrade. However, a study in 2022 has been communicated in a journal known as Communications, Earth and Environment. It has reported that the Arctic region has warmed 3.8 times, that is very, very much as compared to the levels that are for the pre-industrial level for the other regions. So it has warmed up about 3.8 times more if we talk from the late 70s. So this is very alarming. If the same trends continue, that will lead to serious consequences. If we talk about the prominent factor, then it can be termed as the albedo effect. What happens is that this Arctic Ocean, the North Pole, is covered with ice. The ice is bright white. What happens is that albedo effect is occurring, and whatever the sunshine is lighting on the Earth's surface is reflected back because of the ice, because it is white and bright. However, due to the loss of ice cover and the production of water because of the melting of the ice, this in turn has led to the exposure of vast amount of water as well as land. These lands as well as the water that is exposed are absorbing more of the heat which cannot be radiated back. Therefore, the temperature of the Arctic region or the North Pole is increasing. Another reason that is causing the warming of the Arctic Ocean is the weak convection that is present in this area. In contrast to the tropical areas where there is vertical mixing of the air pressure or the air that is present in the atmosphere, here the vertical mixing is not possible and it is very, very weak, and therefore this also contributes to the warming up of the Arctic Ocean. So we can see that the extra warming from the greenhouse gases is unable to mix vertically and the heat remains concentrated near the surface, that is leading to the warming of the ocean as well as the North Pole. So this was all about the North Pole that is heating up, that is warming day by day. The present scenario, if it is continuing, that will lead to very serious consequences and we need to prevent this. we at individual levels have to see how can we control the emission of the greenhouse gases, and also how can we just stop the climate crisis that is occurring nowadays. Let's see what can we do in the future. Way forward is open in the comment section. Thank you. Jai Hind.